Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The state or fact of existing. Laws in existence for centuries. Everything that exists anywhere. The biggest tree in existence. The state or fact of existing. A point of view gradually coming into being. A living thing that has, or can develop, the ability to act or function independently. The state or fact of existing. The state or fact of existing. He appeared on the face of the earth one day. Everything that exists anywhere. Any of various mostly Mexican herbs of the genus Cosmos having radiate heads of variously colored flowers and pinnate leaves, popular fall-blooming annuals. The human act of creating. The event that occurred at the beginning of something. From its creation, the plan was doomed to failure. The act of starting something for the first time, introducing something new. Everything that exists anywhere. An artifact that has been brought into existence by someone. Theology, God's act of bringing the universe into existence. Everything that exists anywhere. Everything stated or assumed in a given discussion. Statistics, the entire aggregation of items from which samples can be drawn. Everything that exists anywhere. They study the evolution of the universe. People in general, especially a distinctive group of people with some shared interest. The Western world. People in general considered as a whole. All of your experiences that determine how things appear to you. His world was shattered. The third planet from the sun, the planet we live on. He sailed around the world. Involving the entire Earth, not limited or provincial in scope. A world crisis. The concerns of this life is distinguished from heaven and the afterlife. They consider the Church to be independent of the world. Everything that exists anywhere. All of the living human inhabitants of the earth. All the world loves a lover. A part of the earth that can be considered separately. The outdoor world. Indicate through a symbol, formula, etc. The territory occupied by a nation. A politically organized body of people under a single government. The state has elected a new president. Chemistry. The three traditional states of matter are solids, fixed shape and volume, and liquids, fixed volume and shaped by the container, and gases, filling the container. The solid state of water is called ice. The territory occupied by one of the constituent administrative districts of a nation. His state is in the deep south. Put before. The federal department in the United States that sets and maintains foreign policies. Express in words. State your opinion. A state of depression or agitation. He was in such a state you just couldn't reason with him. The group of people comprising the government of a sovereign state. The state has lowered its income tax. The way something is with respect to its main attributes. The current state of knowledge. An object occurring naturally, not made by man. The experience of being alive, the course of human events and activities. He could no longer cope with the complexities of life. The condition of living or the state of being alive. While there's life, there's hope. An account of the series of events making up a person's life. The period during which something is functional, as between birth and death. The battery had a short life. Animation and energy in action or expression. It was a heavy play and the actors tried in vain to give life to it. A prison term lasting as long as the prisoner lives. He got life for killing the guard. A characteristic state or mode of living. Social life. A living person. His heroism saved a life. A motive for living. Pottery was his life. Living things collectively. The oceans are teeming with life. The course of existence of an individual. The actions and events that occur in living. He hoped for a new life in Australia. The organic phenomenon that distinguishes living organisms from non-living ones. There is no life on the moon. The period between birth and the present time. I have known him all his life. The period from the present until death. He appointed himself emperor for life. The experience of being alive, the course of human events and activities. Still in existence. The Wollemi pine found in Australia as a surviving specimen of a conifer thought to have been long extinct and therefore known as a living fossil. The financial means whereby one lives. The condition of living or the state of being alive. Informal, absolute. She is a living doll. People who are still living. Save your pity for the living. Still in active use. A living language. True to life, lifelike. The living image of her mother. Used of minerals or stone, in its natural state and place, not mined or quarried. Carved into the living stone. Pertaining to living persons. Within living memory. Existing peacefully together. The condition of living or the state of being alive. General activity and motion. Quality of being active or spirited or alive and vigorous. The property of being able to survive and grow. The activity of giving vitality and vigor to something. The making of animated cartoons. The condition of living or the state of being alive. The property of being animated. Having animal life is distinguished from plant life. A tentative insight into the natural world. A concept that is not yet verified but that if true would explain certain facts or phenomena. Capability of existing or happening or being true. There is a possibility that his sense of smell has been impaired. A possible alternative. Bankruptcy is always a possibility. A future prospect or potential. Capability of existing or happening or being true. Existing in a former state or previous to something else. The immediate proximity of someone or something. She blushed in his presence. Dignified manner or conduct. An invisible spiritual being felt to be nearby. The act of being present. The impression that something is present. He felt the presence of an evil force. The state of being present, current existence. He tested for the presence of radon. A means of surviving. Farming as a hard means of subsistence. Minimal, or marginal, resources for subsisting. Social security provided only a bare subsistence. The state of existing in reality, having substance. A state of eternal existence believed in some religions to characterize the afterlife. A state of eternal existence believed in some religions to characterize the afterlife. The state of excelling or surpassing or going beyond usual limits. A state of being or existence above and beyond the limits of material experience. The state of excelling or surpassing or going beyond usual limits. A state of being or existence above and beyond the limits of material experience. The state of actually existing objectively. A hope that progressed from possibility to actuality. A state of eternal existence believed in some religions to characterize the afterlife. Time without end. A seemingly endless time interval, waiting. Cosmology. A universe that is spatially closed and in which there is sufficient matter to halt the expansion that began with the Big Bang. The visible matter is only 10% of the matter required for closure, but there may be large amounts of dark matter. A causal agent creating and controlling things in the universe. The laws of nature. A particular type of thing. He's interested in trains and things of that nature. The complex of emotional and intellectual attributes that determine a person's characteristic actions and reactions. It is his nature to help others. The essential qualities or characteristics by which something is recognized. It is the nature of fire to burn. The natural physical world including plants and animals and landscapes etc. They tried to preserve nature as they found it. The physical universe considered as an orderly system subject to natural, not human or supernatural, laws. A natural object existing outside the Earth and outside the Earth's atmosphere.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.